Hi, and welcome to the Zoe Marley channel, the #1 place for aspiring authors to learn the art of how to tell their story. But in today's video, I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different than what I normally do, and that is I'm going to be going over something grammar related. If English is not your first language, I'm going to put a link up here that goes really in depth to all of the tenses. It is not one of my own videos, but if you are just sitting there and you are really struggling, this is a great video to lay it all out there. The rest of this video is going to be going over how people change tenses when they're writing during their draft. One specific circumstance that I see as a huge issue when I'm changing tenses when I'm writing is when I've been reading a book in a different tense. Recently, there's been a huge surge in first person present tense writing, and I absolutely love it. I binge read the other day the rest of the Victoria Aveyard series, The Red Queen. When I first got a hold of her Red Queen book, it was when it was like first came out, so I had not read the entire series. I hadn't even realized the series was finished, and so I was like, oh my gosh, bye, and I read the entire thing. And let me tell you what this did to my writing. Not only did I write in first person, which is actually the point of view that I prefer writing in, but I don't. I also had so many issues with my verb tenses. I guess when it came to reading another novel, especially something that was written in present tense, it just totally changes everything. I don't know how else to explain it. It totally messed me up. So I'm gonna read a little bit of what I have going on over here. So this is actually my current work in progress. I swear I just did this the other day, and I'm sitting there and I'm totally inspired to write a story. I had figured out a way to introduce a character that I had already created, but really bring her to life in a totally different way. So this is actually a spoiler for one of my characters. She's introduced as like a side character in my first book, but then she eventually gets her own perspective in my second book. So I don't know if one day, if I ever get published, I have to take this video down because it is certainly a spoiler. But let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to give you a real example, a personal example, because I don't care where you're coming from, if you have years of experience, if you've been writing for years and reading for years, or if English is simply your second language, right? It doesn't matter where you fall on this line. You are totally able to have issues with verb tenses all the time. Go ahead and go over this real quick. So this little snippet, it says, my situation, as my aunt proclaims, and I'm just going to highlight this just so you see how horrible I can be, need not be known to anyone. She and the High King celebrated her pregnancy, and as I got bigger, she stuffed, so this is going to be present past tense, so I'm just going to do that in red. Oh wait, this verb. Haha. And as I got bigger, she stuffed her belly to match my size. Okay, so as you see, I popped in with quite a few present tense verbs. This is going to be my personal advice to you. Take it with a grain of salt. Leave this stuff for your editing phase. Be aware this is one of your flaws. Be aware you do this. And when you're editing, just be very focused on making sure you pay attention to your verb tense. You don't have to go through the highlighting or anything like that. That's just for this video. That's just for this exercise. Yes, you can sit there and you can take your time and be very cautious about what you say, how you say it, exactly when, but in my opinion, that is going to cause you to constantly be like almost writing in this fear. It's going to be taking you out of your world. It's going to be taking you out of these moments. Things are going to happen and you're going to miss them even as the writer. because you're so focused on the little things that you're going to end up missing a really big thing. This sentence doesn't flow as well as it did in present tense, and so this is another thing. Once I get all my verbs correct and I go into my editing phase, this is something I'm going to look into, and this is something I'm going to fix. This sentence probably is not going to be the same sentence that comes out in the actual novel. This will not make it past round 1 of edits. But for the sake of just staying on track, we're only focusing on the verbs and not restructuring sentences just yet. All right, so the next thing that I will be going into is something that might help everybody, but especially for people that whenever you listen to something in the English language that seems off, maybe you don't catch it, so maybe it's your second language. Whatever the case may be, I've heard that there are other softwares to work with. I've never worked with them, for them, anything like that, and at the time of this video, I'm certainly not sponsored by anyone. I've only got a handful of videos up, so trust me when I say I am doing this solely for your benefit. It is a research of mine. I've never done this before, so I'm going to have to go through the entire process like I am brand new. So bear with me. All right, so I went to Bing or Google or wherever, and I typed in Grammarly. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 options, and I'm mainly here for grammar. Inappropriate, so I need that for work. Anyway, so I'm just here for the basics. I'm gonna choose grammar, continue, it's free. Boop, boop. I like free, do you like free? Okay, so it's got like a demo document. Okay, so let's test fun stuff. Look at that. I wonder if it's gonna yell at me for like 3 exclamation points. How dare I be super excited, right? It's grammar. Who's excited about grammar? I'm gonna copy and paste my bad stuff into this, and let's see like if it found corrections that I didn't find, which is totally likely. I am not an editor. Okay, so I can't change it to creative. I don't care about my tones. And my intent is to tell a story. Okay, so it says that I have a child. Okay, I can see that. I also have passive voice misuse, which this character is a passive character, so it's intentional to use the passive voice. Ooh, misuse of semicolons, question marks, etc. So that is going to be right here, which I don't understand. It came up in my Word document, but it is clearly a question. How could I? And it's not a rhetorical question. I don't know. But I'm not going to go premium. Here's the thing, is it didn't point out. Oh, I'm so disappointed. It didn't point out like all of my verb tense issues. So it was my intention of this video to find something that would help people, but I assumed Grammarly would do that for you. I'm stunned that that isn't an option, and so I'm going to just do some more searching and see if I can find a tool for us writers to use, right? I can't believe this isn't a thing. So my baby has been running around. He's been sick. So we stayed home today, and I'm so excited about the software that I have to do it. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Say hi. Oh, you're saying cheese? Say cheese.
A go. A go. Go, 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 go.
Don't worry, he'll be back. Try not to read too much of that. Okay, so we got a summary report and we got the overall score. And again, no, it's 100%. Okay. So we got pacing, repetition, strong words, word choice, dialogue. It does the sentence analysis, the paragraph analysis, how to compare to general fiction. My adverbs are still great. My showing versus telling is good, so I need to do better at that. Generic description is horrible. And filler words is below average. Okay, so I got things to work on. That's okay. Okay, so what we were looking at was this tense, run, report. Ooh, sentence patterns. Oh. So here it is. So future tense, present tense, past tense. And it already does like all of the highlighting for you. All right, so let's say you made the corrections like inside the actual software, and now you're trying to get them back into your computer. I'm sure there's a way to upload and download files directly from the site. I don't know how to do it. Like I said, this was seriously my first time ever trying these things. And so for this particular one, if you copy and paste it, it's going to paste with all of these squares. That's not what we're looking for. So if instead of doing Control-C, Control-V, you right click and you hit this one, it says keep text only. You'll have to, you know, kind of do something formatting in it, but it, for the most part, is all of your changes that you made. And I mean, that's pretty good. So I'm really impressed with this. You know, where I am in my life, I probably wouldn't spend $30 a month every single month on a software like this, but without a doubt, having it for those 1 or 2 months after I had finished my draft and I started on my editing, this is incredible. I can't believe I've never heard of it before. I can't believe people have never talked about it before. And I personally, I can't wait to dig into this and maybe do some future videos. So comment below, tell me, would you like to see more how-to videos in AutoGrid? Is this something else that you're seeing? Is there a way to do this stuff in Grammarly and I just totally was a nub and did not figure it out correctly? And I hope you understand that it is totally okay to do this. It is totally okay to ignore it. But when you get to that editing phase, you gotta knock it out and you gotta make it look pretty, right? We all make these mistakes. It is totally okay. If you got value from this video, I want you to smash that like button. Also, if this is your first time ever seeing me, seeing my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Zoe Marley, and I am committed to bringing you 50 videos on tips and techniques on how to write the novel you've always wanted to write. So if that's something you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and I hope to see more of you soon. Thank you.